Hi, how's it going? This is Matteo Merloni, real estate professional over here in Southern California. Today, I want to make a really quick video just about something I'm noticing in the marketplace. I work a lot of the time with condos and townhouse owners, as well as buyers who are looking to move into condos or townhouses as potentially their first property. What I've come across recently is a lot of buyers are considering one of the two, whether to buy a newly built property, a newly built condo or townhouse, or to buy a condo or a townhouse that's more in original condition. So I wanted to break down a few things that every buyer or someone who's just maybe thinking about it or considering making an investment in one of the two, just to make sure you're fully prepared and have 100% clarity before you pull the trigger and actually move forward with purchasing something. So one of the things I want to touch upon is really the price difference. Some people say that newly built properties are going to be a lot more costly. It depends, right? It's like they always say, location, location, location. Sometimes you're going to find newly built properties that are actually a lot more reasonable. There's a lot of people moving from Orange County up to Chino Hills, potentially Ontario as well, because they could find a fully brand new condo or townhouse that's around $600,000, $700,000. And their options down there are original condition condos and townhouses that are half the size. So it just depends on the location and where you're looking to move, as well as your needs personally. Some people, they work from home, so it really just works. But some people, they have to go to the office every single day, and making a 1 hour commute probably wouldn't be the most beneficial thing and the best use of their time. So another thing that we want to touch upon when it comes to newly built properties and properties that are original condition is maintenance and repairs. So obviously when you have a newly built property, you're not really going to have any repairs that need to be done, or at least any major repairs that need to be done. Now, another thing too, when you buy a new property, is majority of the time there's going to be a builder's warranty. If you buy it straight from the builder, there's sometimes up to 10 years of any structural issues that occur. You'll be able to have a warranty and get that completely fixed. Now, when you look at original property or something that's older, 20, 30, potentially 40 years old, if you're looking at a condo or townhouse, you have to keep in mind, and something that's super important is having a home inspection when you're in the escrow process, and really making sure they look at every single thing, because you don't want to be stuck with a property that has big issues going on that you weren't even aware of before purchasing the property. Because what that can end up to is higher HOA fees and potentially a special assessment down the road, which can heavily affect the value of your property and put you in a position that you do not want to be in. Now, another thing you definitely want to take into account before purchasing your property is you want to also look at the location. And what I mean by that is, a lot of the times, newly built condos or townhouses may be in a neighborhood that's not fully developed yet. They're just starting to do development in the neighborhood, and there's not necessarily the best schooling or the best shops around. So this is something you want to take into consideration, because some properties may be in original condition, may be more expensive, but in neighborhoods that are more community-like, there's really good schools nearby, shops, restaurants, and anything you need just miles away. And that may be something to take into consideration if you have kids, or maybe if you really like to shop and you don't want to be 20 or 30 minutes away from the nearest stores. Now, something else that we want to definitely take into consideration if you decide, or down the road if you're thinking about purchasing a condo or a townhouse, is definitely the build. So in original properties, majority of the time, you're not going to find all the appliances that are super energy efficient, or you're not going to find dual pane windows, which at the end of the day, this will actually decrease your utility bill, your energy bill, which will then put some more money in your pocket. So something we want to take into consideration as well is, how much energy is this property going to be using? Is it have a tank water heater, or does it have a tankless water heater, which will also affect how much you pay every month? Does it have solar panels, or does it not have solar panels? These are things to take in consideration. Are the solar panels leased, or are they paid off, or are they financed? Things we need to be thinking about before you decide to make your move into a condo or a townhouse. Now, last but not least, we want to talk about mellow roofs. Now, a lot of newly developed properties have mellow roofs, and what it is that it's an addition to your property taxes, okay? And what that addition is for is, it's for roads, schools, sewer, anything that the developer has to put in that's not necessarily part of your unit. They're actually going to add that to your property taxes. So sometimes, instead of let's just say, for example, a 1% property tax, you're looking at a 2% property tax, which is double that you're paying every year in property taxes. You definitely don't want to go into your new property, be super excited, and then be hit with this property tax that is way more than you were even thinking about. Something to take into consideration as well. Every homeowner has different objectives, different goals, and what they're looking to accomplish, and the time they're looking to accomplish those goals. Now, it really just depends on what your goals are. what you're looking to accomplish. And depending on that, you can make a decision based on if you want a property in original condition or a property that's newly built. And depending on where you want that to be, do you want that to be in the hub? Do you want that to be a little bit further away? Do you work from home or do you not? These things all need to be considered when you end up making that move and purchasing any property. Now, if you have absolutely any questions or need some further information about anything I've touched upon or some questions that come to mind, make sure to comment down below. I will personally respond to everybody's question. Now, if you have not subscribed as well, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing information to you guys completely free just to clarify things within the real estate market so that when you make the decision to either buy or sell your property, you make the best decision possible. I'll see you in the next video.